Hello everyone, my name is Linda Gunner. I am the CEO and founder of Linda's Perfection Creations. Linda's Perfection Creation is an event planning and wedding decor company. We cater to small and large events in and around the Philadelphia area. We do full service, partial, custom, month coordinations. We do destination weddings. Anything that pretty much require planning and decorating, we handle those services. We also have a la carte services where we have custom packages to cater to each couple needs because no two couples are alike. We also do home staging. So if you selling your home or your Airbnb and you just want to have attract the customers of how the space gonna look for future prospective buyers and to give your brand a good rating, we do that as well. We do decor. I am a licensed florist. I'm a certified planner. So I have over 10 plus years in the wedding industry. So just moving along with the continuing process of the video, for those of you who are just wondering, well, who is this lady and why she's doing this video? Well, I took on a challenge to do a video every day for a year, for 10 minutes or more. I know, it's a lot. It has been challenging because it is wedding season. So, and it's sometimes challenging to have the time to actually sit and enjoy the minutes so little, but when you have so much to do, even a minute can seem like forever. But I'm the kind of person that when I say I'm going to do something, I always do it, and that's some of the things that set me apart from a lot of people. I'm determined with my core value for my business that I'm hardworking. My word is my bond. I make sure that I execute everything that I can do humanly in my power to make sure that your day goes passionately because I feel like you have to love what you do. If you don't love what you do, it sometimes make it hard for you to blossom and flourish into that era. So I'm just going to jump right into it. So today's topic, what I'm going to be talking about is choosing a venue for your wedding. Some of the things that you need to know when you're choosing a venue is one, spacing, two, location. If you are doing two different locations, let's say if you're doing your ceremony in one space and your reception in another space, how far is that away from thing? Sometimes what client as fun happen a lot of time a client will go to a venue, maybe see it online or do an online tour, virtual tour, and they fall in love with this venue and they say this is where I want to be based on the setting. But then once you get there, the space might be a little bit too small for your wedding party, or you may not like setting detail. Some of the questions you need to ask is that in choosing a venue. One, is this accessible to disability people? What if you have older couples in your family who are coming grandparents who come into your wedding and you need to know how easy is it for them to get there? You don't want to climbing up a full 3 to 4 flight of stairs. It would be very challenging for them to come. Also, how far is it away from the bathroom? Those are important things. Do they have more than one bathroom? Because look at it this way. If we have multiple people coming in and there's only one bathroom, each stall in each jar for both men and women, that can clock out. That can be a problem. It's going to be a long line. People's going to spend more line in the bathroom, especially when they come to my ladies. There's going to be a long line in the bathroom, so you want to make sure if they have enough bathroom for your guests to handle the crowd that you want to. Also, do they provide linens, tablecloth? Do they do the setup? Do they do breakdown? Most of the time with hotels, if you're doing hotels, if you're doing private club or ballroom, most of the time these places have everything that you need, from hotel to catering to drinks. So it leaves you with less thing that you have to do in your aspect for your reception. The most thing you have to do is maybe find or somebody to decor your wedding for centerpiece. And sometimes hotel will have a coordinator. And now there's one thing I never. There's a difference between a coordinator and planning. A coordinator will be there to help you coordinate the day of your wedding or what is happening. They will not plan every aspect of your wedding. So there's a difference. They will help you on the day of. They will coordinate everything, make sure that everything is right. But they're not going to handle your ceremony space. They are not going to help you find a photographer or a DJ. A planner is the one that helps you do all of that. So make sure that you know the difference. If they say, oh, well, we have a coordinator who helps you out. Sometimes some location, especially with hotels and private clubs and things like that, they may have, you know, Besides the linen and the tablecloth, they will give candles. They also might give you a free wedding cake. Sometimes they might give you a free design, like centerpieces, a little small centerpieces, for for your wedding. And if you want to upgrade, you just maybe will pay a little extra, or if you don't want it, it might take something off. And also with the wedding cake, they might give you a free wedding cake as well. So those are some of the benefits of using bigger space like hotel, private clubs. But then the other thing to think about is that the per person cost might be higher. For the food and drinks, the drink food and drink minimums might be higher. Some places might ask for a minimum, some places may not. So you need to make sure that those things that they are recommending, those things that they want are within your budget. Then you can move forward, because if you're catering, let's say, for a guest staff for 100 people, if $100 a person, you do the math, 100 times 10. So you know how that can get pretty costly. Want to make sure how many hours are they giving you? Is it 5 hours? Is it a 6 hour event? Are they charging you for setup? Are they charging for a breakdown? Those are the important questions you need to ask. So the other route is if you use like a banquet hall, maybe your church, and parks. Those places may not have certain things. They might allow you to bring your own food. They might allow you to bring your own drinks. You just renting that space. But you have to think about, you have to hire the caterer, ask the caterer to see if they provided linens. Sometimes all they do is just provide the chairs and the table. You may not get the chairs that you want. It might add extra expensive. So sometimes you might feel that you're saving a lot by using just a hall or ballroom, but then sometimes there's additional cost that associated with that those vendor already have. So you give a take and make sure that those fit in your budget. A lot of time with spaces, you want to make sure that your guests have enough room to walk around. The space might be live. They might say, "Oh, this place hold 100 people." Okay, great. It might hold 100 people. Maybe till a start. How is it? You have to think about the layout of the room. Once you do the sitting chart and the layout of the room, how much room are you going to have? Enough room for your dance floor? Are you going to have enough room for the table to not be so bunched together? Or is the table too large? So let's say if you have having 100 guests, and the table holds 10 people, it might be large table. You might want a smaller setting. So those are the things that you need to ask in regards to that. Another thing is that if you're doing restaurant, sometimes restaurant will rent out space for you. But the one thing you got to understand with restaurant, the concept of that is that they're not going to rent out the whole restaurant. They might give you a room or a space in there, and those things sometimes you might want a more intimate feel instead of that. Some restaurant may rent out the whole space, but then the cost can get a little high. They will provide food, they will provide drinks. Sometimes some restaurant may allow you to bring your own food, but they may not be able to help you with a lot of aspects of your planning. So you have to determine what is it that you're looking for out of your venue space. Oh, what is it that you're looking at your venue space? What things that you need? And once again, make sure you are asking the right questions, as I said. Okay, they might say, okay, well, we have that date available. Okay, what time do you have available? Sometimes they may not have the time that you're looking for. Maybe they may have morning, or maybe they may not have afternoon. So it's one thing to find a venue that you're in love with, but before you go and do a tour to any venue, I recommend everybody do a tour, no matter what the venue is. Even if you've been there before, go and do a tour of a venue to see, talk to the guests, ask the right questions. You want to make sure what time are available. Do they have the time and date that you want? Start time. Finally, they might have the 5 hours. Okay, so let's say your ceremony starts at 4 and you want your reception to start at 6. Most packages is like 5 hour packages. Some places will allow you to do something lower than that. Some places might have you say, oh, you have 6 hours and so on, but it's standard usually 5 to 6 hours for reception. So you got 6. So now you ending it. So you ended the night at 11 o'clock. So what happened if you go over? Those are the questions you need to ask. With that, is that time available? Is that time to transition from the time to set how many hours? And one of the big things I want everybody to understand is that when you are picking a venue, what are you having a caterer? What are you you hiring an event planner or a planner to plan your wedding, you're doing it yourself. Make sure some places will, like especially when you're running an event hall banquet, they might charge you beyond hours. They might give you 2 hours for setup, 2 hours for breakdown. 2 hours is not enough time. Now, a professional can do that, but they would have to cost you more because there are a lot of more staff that they are bringing in. So sometimes if you are planning your wedding yourself and you don't have that, it might not be enough. So make sure you have enough. Our minimum, I would say at least 4 hours for setup. And ask them if they will allow you to set up the day before to actually eliminate times without any extra cost. So those are the questions you need to ask, and those are the things you need to look at for when you are planning your venue. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Once again, my name is Lynda Gano. I am the CEO and founder of Lynda's Perfection Creations. Please follow my website, www.lyndaperfect.creationsevents.com. You can get more information about my services, and you can also sign up for my DIY classes where I can teach you from start to finish on how to plan your wedding. Thank you and have an amazing day. Good night.